Hey, good morning. Chuck here at Apple Drains. Today we are down in Melbourne, Florida. It's about an hour from Orlando. We're pretty close to Melbourne Beach. There's two cities, Melbourne Beach, which is actually an island, and then you've got the city of Melbourne. This is a pretty big area, actually. Probably 500,000 people live here in this Space Coast. That includes Titusville, Cocoa Beach, and Melbourne. Quite large. What we're going to do is actually waterproof the foundation of the home. We're also going to put a yard drain in here back where you see my shovel, where I'm digging back here. And this area flooded really bad during Hurricane Irma. And granted, we can't beat Mother Nature, it's impossible, but we can give that water a place to go. We're going to send all this water around to a sump basin. The sump pump's going to lift it up and send it right out to the sidewalk. So a lot of times we come to a job and the homeowner has went ahead and started a job himself, and I do admire that. Again, you guys, it's a lot of labor to do all this. Excuse me. He started to dig this right after Hurricane Irma because, of course, it flooded from the neighbor's house, which is even lower. You can see the stress cracks on their carport. They've turned into a living area, and it flooded all the way across, went into the house, hardwood floors, whole 9 yards. So the homeowner started to dig this all out himself. Let me get right by you there, check for a second. And you can see it back here. So what we've done is we're going to go ahead and take it a little deeper. Unfortunately, there's no dirt left because it's been sitting out here for 8 months, and we're going to have to bring some soil in, or maybe we can use the soil from other parts of this job because it's all washed away. But typical job, we're going to go ahead and start right here in the corner. We're going to seal that wall, clean all those called dollar weeds, clean all those dollar weeds off. Chuck's already got the sump pit hole dug over there, and Joe's just cleaning out the trench a little bit deeper. So he did a lot of work, saved himself a little bit of money. And then also here in the back where my shovel is, see that shovel? You can see the low spot that's forming right here. That yard's much higher. Water pours back into this area, just sits here. So we're going to put a catch basin here, some perforated pipe, the French drain across, maybe another catch basin right here, and we'll tie all that into the sump basin as well. So you can see how this is going to set up pretty quick. We've got the catch basin here. This is just a small 6x6 round catch basin. Remember that you could put a big 12x12 down here, but your outlet is still the same no matter what you do. Unless you drill a bigger hole, you can see the outlet is 3-inch. So this works just as good as a 12x12. We've started the trench, it's coming around. We're cutting some of the sod off here. Through this area, there's actually a rise in the soil here. We're going to be about knee deep as it comes around and comes over to the sump basin. In the sump basin, we're going to set up our Zoller M53 or M98. This is a 1/2 horsepower pump. It comes with a 3-year warranty. Very powerful pump. We're going to hook up the yard drain as well as the footer pipe where you see Joe painting the wall, as well as that footer pipe into the sump basin, and then we're going to lift it up and send it out to the sidewalk with 1.5-inch pipe. So our liquid rubber is actually from a product called Blackjack number 57, and you can see it says rubber coat number 57, premium rubberized fiber coating to waterproof roofs and foundations. This is available at Lowe's. Home Depot carries another product. I'm sure it works just the same. And of course people say, why don't you try this? Why don't you use that? We use Blackjack 57. It works great, and we don't have any problems with it. You can put it on with a brush or a roller. A brush works the best. You can see how thick it is. And what you do is you coat everything. What we really want to get to is where the footer meets the wall. And we paint all of this, and you can see we actually seal up a little higher than grade just because we know that water is going to flood up against there. Why not go ahead and seal a little bit higher? It is a paintable substance, and you can paint over it. Most people just leave that black line right there. Looks real good when we're done. So we made really quick work of digging this trench. You can see Chuck getting ready to set the first catch basin in place. That's going to determine the depth of everything that we do. So we've got to get that catch basin set. That looks really good. That grate is right at grade level, so water will pour into that basin, comes down, and then over here, where it's a little, another low spot, we'll put another basin. We'll have to probably extend it up with a riser, and then perforated pipe is going to be back here. I'm going to show you a little trick that you can do, save you some money. So here's a little trick. You can see the package here. This is a 4 by 10 foot pipe sock, and what we're doing is we're going to go ahead and cover that perforated pipe with this sock. The fabric helps keep the soil out, especially in the sandy area. What we want to try to do is from the catch basin, which is going to pick up immediate surface water runoff, we want to go ahead and be able to pick up some of the yard as well. So as groundwater rises, it'll come up into the sock, into the bottom of the pipe and be carried away. Granted, you could put aggregate out here, but it's not necessary in sandy soil because it floods so quickly up. So you can save yourself a little bit of money buying that sock. It does take a little bit of work to put it all together, as you can see. Each one of those socks is about $8. They do sell 100-foot rolls of this stuff, but they just didn't have any, so we're just putting on the 10-foot sections. You'll stretch that all the way out through your pipe, and then we'll come to the catch basin. So this will all be French drain. And again, groundwater is going to rise up through that sock into the perforated holes of the pipe, come down to this catch basin. From here, we're going to run solid pipe because we've collected the water. We're going to run solid pipe down to the sump basin. You can see I've already set the basin in place, put a T on here, and what we're doing is we're attaching this footer pipe to that same sump pump. You can see we've painted that wall, sealed that wall with liquid rubber, and we're using the French drain here, which is easy flow pipe, and you can see the aggregate is very dense styrofoam peanuts. These peanuts don't smash together, so it'll last forever and a day. As groundwater rises up, instead of going into the foundation, it goes into the pipe, runs through the pipe, and it's carried away over to the sump basin, which is right there. You can see I got the pump set up. We're getting closer and closer to being able to install. Okay, so you can see all the different connections we've made here. We've got the yard drain, which is all the way back to the back. That's picking up all the groundwater and things that flood into the backyard. And then we've got the footer pipe comes around. It ties into here. This is solid pipe coming into the sump basin. Then we've got more footer pipe coming around and more footer pipe coming that direction. It's all coming into the sump basin. The 1.5 inch pipe is the discharge, and the pump's lifting it up. We're going to use the same trench. We'll go right through the same trench down there where Joe's finishing putting on the application of liquid rubber. We're going to hook up that downspout behind him, and we'll put the sump pump into that downspout drain, send all of that water out here to a pop-up. So we're starting to backfill. Again, that line starts back there in the back at that catch basin. We're just pushing the soil back over on it. Remember, we've got a tarp under there to help keep this clean. This riser we're going to cut off because our catch basin's down deep. We'll cut that off to grade and set that grate right on the top when we're finished. We'll use any excess soil that we have to backfill over top of the footer pipe, because remember, he started to dig this out back in September of last year, right after Irma. He started to dig this out last year in September, right after Irma. So a lot of the soil that he left on the ground had washed away. So the system, it may look chaotic, but this is going to work great. Everything's coming to that sump basin. That's what you have to remember. And then from the pump, we send it up, and we'll send it all the way out to the street. Okay, quick review before we put the lid on. We've got a lot of things coming into the sump basin. This line's picking up the back of the house with the footer pipe that runs back that way, and it also picks up the yard drain, which is running back there. So that's this line right here. This little piece is just picking up a little short section of the footer wall. And then we've got another inlet coming in here that's picking up a long section of footer pipe through here. And then we've got a discharge from the sump pump, comes up, goes out, and it turns, and we're going to run that 1.5 inches all the way out to the front. So now I went ahead and put some tie wraps on here to help hold this cord back because we don't want to have any interference down here with the float. We're ready to put the lid on, which is right here. That way they've got good access to the pump, and we're ready to backfill. So we went ahead and extended the downspout. That wasn't really part of our bid, but why not? We're right here. Just put a downspout adapter on it and brought it out about 10 feet. Let it pop up right here, and then it grades away from the area. What we don't want is that roof water going back into the system, so kind of had to do it, put it on there. Basically, you can see the 1.5 inch PVC comes out. It's going to turn. I'm going to show you how we put the discharge on it here in just a second. We're going ahead and backfilling now all around, the footer wall, around the sump basin. You can see we've got the sod put back on. That's all going to settle nice. Chuck's using a little bit of excess to put back here. Remember, he had dug this trench and it sat here for 8 months or so, and most of that soil had washed away. So we just use our excess for that, which is fine. Could always go get more soil. But this looks really good. The final thing we'll do back here is we'll go ahead and cut that catch basin down to grade. We'll use a Sawzall to do that. It's a 6-inch pipe. This is 6-inch SDR 35. And you can see the grate, somebody stomped on it. The grate pops right on. It slides right onto the top at whatever level we want to make it. So real simple to make your riser to any level. So out here at the end of your line, we're going to put on the discharge. We could put a pop-up on there, but I really like to use a grate. So from 1.5 inch Schedule 40 PVC, we're going to use this little donut. This is really only available special order from us Plumbing Supply. If you have a problem getting that, drop me an email and I can send you who we buy from. Maybe they'll sell you one, but I doubt it. You might have to buy several, but still cheaper and works great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue up the inside of the donut. And this is going to slide into the 1.5 inch PVC. That locks in place. This is thin wall PVC. Notice it has a little hole in the bottom to help the water drain out. We're going to glue that on. That fits this. Schedule 40 and thin wall PVC, the inside diameter is the same, but the exterior is different. So you've got to get the right fittings for that. I have showed you different ways to do this in the past. There's all kinds of ways to do this, but this is the easiest, by far the easiest way to do it. And you can see the discharge, and you slide your grate right down inside and set it. We'll set it to grade, whatever grade we want. We'll also put a screw in here because that pump's powerful. So we want to make sure that doesn't pop this grate off of there when we're done. One final tip. Notice, you can see that no-hub, the black coupling. See the bend in the pipe. There, I think that's about a 22.5 degree, but it may not be. But that coupling works just as well. It's nice and solid. That'll make an easy bend. And then finally, if you'll notice the size of this coupling, you can get a cheapy coupling that's only this big, but get a big one. If you're going to put pipe out in the ground, it's under pressure, make sure you get a large coupling. So again, we like to put a set screw inside of here, and this is just a sheet metal screw, 5/16 inch nut driver. Try to keep things, uniform, just like the no-hub coupling. Put your set screw in there, and that'll hold that coupling tight, real good and tight. Now I'm going to backfill underneath of this. Do that right now. I'm going to backfill underneath of that so I can get it set to the right level. And these guys are coming backfilling along. We're almost done here. We'll put the sod back on, clean up, and we're done. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day.